we have grown so dramatically and so significantly in this building, in our stores, and around the world, that the question and the statement of getting big and staying small not only has to be asked again, but we have to be honest with each other as to whether or not we truly understand what the company stands for and whether or not we are acting the way we once did in preserving the heritage, the tradition, and the culture of Starbucks. And then I want to ask something else, kind of rhetorically, of myself, of Jim, the leadership team, and to all of you. And the question is, are we asking too much of the partners of Starbucks in terms of the growth, the speed, the geography that puts so much pressure and tension on our ability to act appropriately? The thread of the conversations, the emails, and the letters is about the bureaucracy of the company, politics inside this building, fear that people have in speaking up, and questioning whether or not the sustainability, the enduring quality of the humanity of the company is going to stay in place. There's nothing more important to the future of Starbucks than maintaining and hopefully enhancing the culture of the company. And I say that because the only reason, and I believe this so strongly, the only reason we are all standing here today, the only reason that customers all over the world have embraced the Starbucks experience is the trust they have in what Starbucks stands for. And if you ask yourself what that is, it is the relationship that we have with one another and the relationship that we've been able to create and build with millions of customers and people who touch the company. But when you hear things like vendors don't want to do business with Starbucks anymore because of the arrogance of the company, when you hear people say, I can't speak up and tell you the truth because I was told not to, because we have to hit a deadline, these are things that really, really worry me. And it's not the Starbucks that I've known. I carry a key, and I've carried it for 20 years. This key that I carry is the key to the store, Pike Place. I carry it to remind myself of what it is Starbucks stands for, and my own responsibility and our collective responsibility to the people who came before us. There are times when I go to that store and just walk in to once again feel what I once felt when I opened that store, when I was in that store, when I worked in that store, to remind me what it is we've built. We're not building a company for growth's sake. We're not building a company to hit EPS targets in a way that dilutes the integrity of what we stand for. There are many new people in this building and in the company. Let me address all of you. Let's say the new people who have been here less than a year. You've come to a company that needs your skills and experience. But I would ask you, don't come here believing that you have to hit a home run to get noticed, promoted, to be advanced. Come here first, understanding that in order to succeed within the company, you have to first understand, embrace, and support the culture and values of the company. There's no room in the entire company for arrogance. That's not who we are. We're not an arrogant group of people. And I said it maybe 100 times over the last few years, and it almost sounds so repetitive, I'm tired of saying it. That our success is not an entitlement. It has to be earned, and earned the right way. We have to really demonstrate respect and dignity to one another. We have to be honest with one another. To all the managers, directors, VPs, and above, we have to be honest with the people you're working with, the people who work for you, the people you work for, in assessing realistically the objectives that we set out for one another and our ability to hit them, but not at the expense of the integrity, the values, the honesty, the humanity of the company. If we do that, not only over the long term will we not hit our numbers, but we will destroy everything that we've built. The greatness of Starbucks has been the ability to create the balance between profitability and the integrity of the culture of the company. In any environment, from time to time, that's going to get out of whack, one way or the other. It's never in perfect balance. But we can't allow it to be so tilted one way or the other, where we lose touch with who we are as people. We have together done something that is extraordinary. And at the core, we've done it because of the humanity of Starbucks. Day in and day out, that is what has been our competitive advantage in the marketplace, and that is why we're able to attract and retain great people. One of the inabilities that I have right now, the concerns is, I can't touch as many people as I once did. I can't affect the conversations that go on in hallways or in a private room with a vendor or a customer or a performance appraisal. I don't know what the conversations are about. I just have to assume that we are acting the right way, the appropriate way, and that we are doing everything we can to recognize that Starbucks has built a way of doing business that needs to be preserved and supported. The word politics and bureaucracy and fear, those are words that just are not part of how we do business. It's not who we are. It's not the family of Starbucks. And we have to eradicate it out of this building. And it's important. It's important for everyone individually to accept that challenge and personal responsibility. And I will say something else, and Jim agrees with this. If we are putting too much pressure on our ability to succeed in the marketplace, if we're going too fast, if we're asking too much of you, then we're responsible for that, and we have to ask ourselves, are we asking too much, and do we need to take some gas off the pedal? And if that's the case, we will. But I can't allow the culture of the company in any way, shape, or form to be compromised by what I believe is inconsistent with 35 years of building a company the right way. And I won't stand for it. It's really, really important. It's important to me. It's important to you. It's important to 130,000 partners and their families who are depending on us to do the right thing, to build the company the right way. And we're better than this. I debated for the last week or so what I would say and how I would say it. And I'm just speaking from my heart. I'm concerned. I don't like what I hear. And I have to share that burden with all of you, that we are all in this together. And if I go back to where I started, we have an extraordinary opportunity. It's beyond anything that we ever could possibly believe we would have. It would be a shame if the adversity or the enemy was within. So please, accept what I'm saying as something critically important to the future of our company.